Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we got another therapy session part 2. I'm just giving the car a wash. So I already did the interior, so I don't have to show you guys that, but interior is clean. And then I hit the wheels with a bunch of just chemicals to break up all that Brembo brake dust and grime and stuff. So just gonna hit the wheels with soap. I'll show you guys that washing process. Hopefully it's a little bit better than last time. Also too, I'm gonna work on my breathing so you guys don't hear me panting the whole time. Because when I go back and watch some of my videos, it literally sounds like I'm dying, so, which I'm not, but let's get to it. Oh, and I also got some new brushes that should fit the spokes of the wheels better. And then we're back again with my cordless, hoseless pressure washer. I mean, it has a hose, but it pulls from a bucket of water rather than pulling from like a actual spigot or spout or whatever. Let's get this turned on. Gotta give it a second. Should have brought the brushes over here with me. Alright, and hopefully, yeah, even that's a little bit better, kind of. I don't know, I've been like thinking maybe I should just take the wheels off and start cleaning them that way. I see people online or on YouTube do it by just taking the wheels off, and maybe that's the way, but then you gotta put the car on jack stands or something, because I don't have like quick jacks, so that's kind of a nuisance just for a car wash. Yeah, sometimes you just need a good car wash therapy session. I feel like on video this brush doesn't look like it's doing anything, but I feel like it's actually picking up the grime pretty well. Okay. Let's work on like these outer spokes. Yeah, I was actually pretty surprised. My last car wash video, it wasn't that great. Hopefully this comes out a little bit better. But I got way more views than I definitely would have expected. So I appreciate you guys a lot for watching all my videos, but especially my car wash videos, where I just kind of, yeah, wash a car and chat a little bit. Yeah, wheels are definitely my least favorite thing to wash on a car, for sure. Just like trying different brushes and see which ones I like the best. Okay, I guess I'll just hit it with some more soap. And I guess I'll just let that one sit. Wow, we got to the other side. Yeah, like always, yeah, the front ones are always the worst. They collect so much brake dust, especially with the 6-piston Brembos. This turns off every time. Okay, so to give you guys an update, I filmed an episode of Ship Talk, and I don't know, honestly that episode's probably gonna, I'm probably gonna release that one before I release this one, but I think it's one of my favorite ones of Ship Talk so far. But one of the topics that I kind of covered in that was, well, I guess in general, just negative things I see in the car community. And this one is obviously not specific to the car community, but just like really, really bad, angry, hateful comments people post online. And I want to like talk to you guys about that here in this video, just because if somebody doesn't watch that one, maybe they'll watch this one. I think it's kind of important. But I think you guys really should be careful about that. When I say you guys, I don't mean you guys who are watching this. But just in general, anybody who does that, I feel like you guys really need to be careful about doing stuff like that. And I say that not for the sake of like not hurting somebody else's feelings, like when you go online and post like some crazy, angry, hateful comment, but for yourself. I feel like it's truly dangerous to yourself. Like you guys want to protect your character, protect your peace. And when you post something like so hateful and so angry online, what you're doing is you're forfeiting your joy and your happiness. And that's a pretty rare commodity these days with people. I know it certainly is with me, but I think it's something you guys really need to be careful about. Like it's just really easy to go online, see something you don't like and get upset with, and then, you know, just launch like some visceral attack at somebody. But for the most part, all the topics that people are, you know, mad about is really just a drop in the bucket. They're not big deals. And the example I use is when I saw like, you know, all the posts that were coming out about the ZR1 beating the Mustang GT. Like you go in the comment section and just people are just so angry about, you know, the result of that or whatever. They're just mad. Like when you read their comments, you can just think like in their head, they're just like mad. And I just want you guys to be like really careful and try not to engage in that kind of behavior, because it's so dangerous to yourself to freely give away your joy, all for like what, a quick dopamine hit of like trashing somebody online. And when I say this, it probably comes off as like, hey guys, please stop making mean comments on my videos. You guys are totally fine. Like when you guys make fun of what I'm wearing or whatever, that's totally cool. Like that's all good. We're having fun here. Like I could probably use a wardrobe change anyways, but that's not really what I'm talking about. Like that's totally fine. I don't mind you guys making fun of me. That's totally cool. But I feel like you guys kind of know the line of what I'm talking about, right? Like throwing some memes, you know, being relatively graceful, making funny comments online, totally okay. Keep doing that. Keep doing that with my videos. But like, I know what you guys, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Like when you go online and you just see like crazy hateful comments, it's just, I feel like it truly is so dangerous to yourself. So I want you guys to be careful and protect your peace. All right, let's hit this with more soap. So just some food for thought for you guys. But again, like I said, on my videos, keep doing it. Totally cool. Not hurting my feelings. Well, maybe a little bit. You guys are hurting my feelings, but we're okay with it. Yeah, I don't know how much I even like these brushes. They're still not that great, but whatever. I think they're better than the first set I got. I feel like every wheel that I wash in one single session of car wash, I like I wash each wheel differently. It's kind of funny to me. It's called not having a process. Or just figuring it out as you go, but what else is life? I hope this cleans better than last time, because last time the wheels looked pretty good on camera, but there still was like a bunch of grime buildup that was kind of caked on, so hopefully I did better on this process. Okay, we definitely need a refill of soap. Now let me take a hit of my Monster Energy. That's almost out. Okay, let me get this refilled. But yeah, like just in general, you know, one thing I'm really trying to do is be careful how I speak to people. I feel like one thing I easily do, and it's not really on purpose, but I come off really condescending, or well, I guess that's a good word, just I come off condescending to people, and it really is by accident, and I'm trying to work on that, not to come off like a know-it-all or condescending. So just something I'm trying to be aware of, and I think you guys should just try to be careful of too. Also, how do I go through so much soap in one car wash? Good Lord. Okay, another thing too. I don't know. I don't know what the general consensus is on this, but I'm not a big fan of how I look on camera. Right, like I'll see myself in the mirror, I'm like, okay, I guess I look fine. But then I go see myself on camera, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like physically ill with the sight of myself. And I know that's not healthy. I know that's not like a good thing to think in my head, right? We want to be positive in how we think it, and how we think about ourselves. And it doesn't mean that we just accept ourselves as exactly what we are, right? We always want to improve, we always want to get better, in all aspects of our life, you know, physical and the mental. But sometimes, good Lord, I will see myself on camera and just literally feel sick. Like, and I'm, you know, it probably sounds like I'm trying to be funny when I'm saying this, but seriously, that is like a thought that I will have sometimes. And I did like a vlogging video, because I really want to try to get into the vlogging thing. I think there's like a really cool way to do vlogs. Like there's a really cool way to do vlogs where they come off really good and they're just kind of like peaceful to watch, if you guys know what I'm talking about. But then there's also like plenty of vlogs that are just like, you know, they're not great. And not to like insult people, but you know, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Like you guys see vlogs online and they're just kind of lackluster, and I want to try to put out vlogs, if I'm going to do the whole vlog thing, to make them like really interesting, really fun, or at least peaceful to watch, or you know, decent quality content. But yeah, so I made the vlog video, was editing it, got sick to my stomach with like how I thought I looked. And I know that sounds crazy, I shouldn't be thinking stuff like that, like just overall very unhealthy of me, but it's definitely true. And I just want to let you guys know that that's definitely a thing, and if that is for other people who see themselves or hear themselves on camera, you're not alone in that. It's definitely something I gotta work through. It's like cleaning wheels. God, I hate cleaning wheels. I think that's probably good. We'll hit this one with soap and then we'll start doing our rinsing process. Turned off again. Okay, we'll call that step done, and then we'll just hit these wheels with just water itself and then wipe them down, and hopefully they came out pretty clean. Like I said, I sprayed the wheels with a bunch of chemicals. Like I went through like 2 bottles of like wheel chemical cleaner. So hopefully they look better. Or at least better than they did last time. Okay. Okay, let's grab a clean microfiber and wipe these down a little bit and see how they came out. Okay, not bad. Actually, not bad at all. I mean, I always expect a little bit of grime to still be left, but as long as we get the strong majority of it, then I will be happy. Especially on the front wheels, because I'm sure you guys know they just get so caked up. I feel like I'm breathing loudly again. Let me course correct. Yeah, these genuinely came out way better than last time. I know there's still obviously some grime that I'm picking up on the towel, but overall this is way, way better. And I'm gonna spray them with like a tire shiner or a tire and wheel shiner, so they should look even better. But yeah, pretty good, not bad. On to the next. Yeah, I always try to do these car washes while I'm in the shade. So it's kind of early-ish morning, I guess, early afternoon. And the sun provides some shade over here, so it's just way better to do it rather than let the sun dry up the water and get like really bad water spots. For some reason, that lesson took me way longer to figure out than it should have. You know, washing a car on a sunny day, but in the shade, not actually in direct sun. Okay. Just give these a wipe down. And I know it's probably weird to like dry your wheels with a towel. I'm really more so doing this just to pick up any last bit of grime that I can. Not that it's a really big deal, but just the longer grime stays on wheels, the more it just seems to cake up and get, you know, be more difficult to remove later. There's like people in the parking garage hearing me speak to myself. Not to myself, to you guys who are watching, which I appreciate. You guys are my favorite people, okay? pretty good. Like I said, we definitely did a much better job this time getting all that Brembo grime off the wheels. But let's definitely switch our towel though. This one's soaked. Yeah, I stopped like reusing my towels, my microfiber towels. So instead of like using them, washing them, drying them, using them, washing them, drying them, they're so cheap, I just throw them out. And I think that's usually the better way to do it, just because microfibers are really good until they're used. And definitely expect the rears just to be a lot better and come out way cleaner, which they definitely did. Why can't all wheels just be like rear wheels? Leaves are blown around today. Yeah, like I've talked to you guys before, I want to get the LMR, God, what are they called? LMR M1 HP wheels, which are even more intricate than these. And they look cool, but God, they'd be a nightmare to clean. Yeah, you guys probably can't see it, but there's still just, every time, there's still just a little bit of caked up grime in the spokes. Not a big deal, but I just don't want to leave it there, because then it really like glues itself. Okay, we'll call that good. Let me get these brushes out of here. Okay, last wheel dry. And I think what I'm going to do, usually I would spray the wheels after and then wash the car. Like spray the wheels with like a shiner. But I think I'm going to do that last step. And then just wipe off the excess after. think that's pretty good. God, these wheels confuse me. Forgetting which spots I've already gone over. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna use some water and spray off like the inner wheel wells just to get off all that crap, and then we'll get to actually washing the body of the car. Probably switch water buckets. I can't tell you guys how much I love this like cordless, hoseless pressure washer. Again, not hoseless, but it pulls from a bucket of water, which is super convenient if you guys live at an apartment that doesn't have, like most apartments, doesn't have like hose spigots on the parking garage or even electrical outlets. Like, it's a little bit more annoying to use than a typical pressure washer, and it's louder, but still works so good for what it is. The only thing annoying part about it, or the most annoying part, is when it stops picking up water. But to be fair, that was my fault. I was like stepping on the hose, so I can't really blame it. Okay, let's do the other side. All right, I like how it's getting a little bit cloudy now. Definitely feels nice. It's like a perfect 65 degrees out here in Dallas today. Also, I apologize for my monotone of voice. I'm definitely trying to work on it, and as I'm like filming this video, I realize I probably sound so monotone, but we're getting better. We're working on it. Usually the front wheel wells don't get so bad, but it's the rear ones that get a bunch of just caked up road dirt and leaves and stuff. Alright guys, I think those are looking pretty good. So I'm gonna go refill these buckets of water, and then we'll get to we'll just get to washing the actual external side of the car. So much more enjoyable than wheels. I'd rather wash 10 cars, just the bodies, than wash a set of 4 wheels, like all day, any day. Alright guys, be right back. Okay, on to my much more favorite part of washing a car. So let's give it a quick rinse, hit it with some soap, do some scrubbing, and then our super long extra 2-bucket rinse at the end. And then we'll just finish up with the kind of the details of shining up the plastic in the wheels. change this to, I'll do 25. 25 units of something. No idea what that is. Actually, oh, spilled a bunch of water. Stepped on the hose. Before I do that, let me actually push these windshield wipers up. There we go. Perfect. Quick rinse is done. Now let's do the soap. There we go, used about all of it. There you go. This is probably where you guys should not be taking my advice, kind of scrubbing your paint like this, but I do actually plan on getting it ceramic coated and 2-stage corrected. So far the paint actually has been looking pretty decent, so haven't really put much or any swirl marks in here, but it's just the easiest way to do this. I wish there was like truly a soap that required 0 scrubbing, and if there is, you guys should let me know, because I hate touching paint. Like really hate doing it. Yeah, like I said, this is not the best way to do this, but it is the most convenient. Luckily, it doesn't seem like this stuff requires a lot of scrubbing to get the paint clean, so yeah, I know there's some of you guys who are like cringing watching me go different directions on the paint. that's all I really do for this, so we'll just get to rinsing now. I'm just trying to keep the car wet, so let me swap buckets. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep the car wet so the stuff doesn't actually dry and make spots on the paint. So usually like every 2 minutes I'll just hit the entire body with water. Yeah, that's the annoying part about this thing. almost finished using all our water. For the rinse, I always just kill the 3 buckets that I have. And there we go, that's all our water. I also like how this thing too has a filter on it, so you're not actually picking up all the junk that could be in the bucket. Okay. As I left my towel on the ground to collect a bunch of leaves. Alright, and now we just dry. Oh, there's so many leaves in here. I'm not gonna worry about them. Oh, sorry, I feel like I've been breathing loud again. Okay, this is our first initial dry. We'll come pick up some of the details in a second. Need a break. So I just want to hit these wheels with some tire shiner. I guess this foam stuff. Actually, let me dry these wheels a little bit for like the 4th time. Okay, now let me hit them with some tire and wheel foam. Alright, I'm done with that. Try to wipe off a little bit of this excess. Oops. Okay, and then what I like to do after just wiping out the excess is just hitting any little spots. Still water on them. Usually I make things worse in the process, but it's always the rear of the car that always has the most water droplets. Let's get a new rag real quick. Definitely have some rock chips, but that's okay. I've learned not to be hyper obsessive with a car's perfection, because if you are, you're just going to live a miserable life every time you drive your car or see it, because you'll pick it apart, you're going to find something new, and it's just going to be really depressing. And I've learned, let it go. A car is never going to be perfect, even brand new from a dealership. This stupid leaf. I think we're looking pretty good. So I'm just going to shine up the plastic and then we will be done. Not much to shine up on this like gloss piano black plastic, but really wish Ford didn't mismatch their plastic colors and textures. Now I know this lip is aftermarket, but it matches pretty much to a T the stock lip that came on these cars in terms of texture and finish. Alright guys, we'll call that done. So appreciate you guys tuning in for another car wash video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this as much as me, which I like washing cars, just not the wheels. But yeah, thanks again guys for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next video.